Dear students, welcome in this video. This is 6th video of engineering physics. Before starting new topic, we will do some numericals depends upon the wedge shape film. And first numerical is a parallel beam of light of wavelength 5890 angstrom is incident on a thin glass plate of effective index mu equal to 1.5 such that the angle of refraction is 60 degree, and calculate the smallest thickness of the plate which will appear dark by reflection. Dark represents that we have the case of destructive interference 2 mu t cos r equal to n lambda, and here mu is 1.5, lambda is 5890 angstrom means into 10 to the power minus 10 in meter, and angle of refraction means r is 60 degree, and 2 mu means 1.5, t we have to determine, and cos 60 degree. Smallest thickness represent that we have to take n equal to 1 into 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10, and 2 into 1.5 3 t cos 60 means 1 by 2 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10, and t should be 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon 3 into 2, and the answer becomes 3.926 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. This is thickness of smallest thickness of the plate which will appear dark by reflection. Now we will discuss the second problem. Second problem is a soft film of effective index 1.33, mu is 1.33, is illuminated with light of different wavelength at an angle of 45 degree. Illuminated with light of different wavelength at an angle of 45 degree. This is angle of incidence 45 degree. There is complete destructive interference for lambda is 5890 angstrom means 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Find the thickness of the film, and as we know 2 mu t cos r equal to n lambda, this is for destructive interference, and we have r, we require r but we have I, and here to determine r we have to apply Snell's law, mu equal to sin I upon sin r, and it becomes mu means 1.33 sin I is 45 degree upon sin r, and here sin r becomes sin 45 upon 1.33. Sin 45 is 1 upon under root 2 into 1.33, or we can say 1 upon under root 2 is 1.414 into 1.33, and sin r becomes 0.5317. But we require cos r in this formula. Cos r we can calculate by the help of the sin r, under root 1 minus sin square r, under root 1 minus sin square means 0.5317 square. This is cos r, and after solving it, it becomes 0.8469 meter, sorry 0.8469. This is the value of cos r. Now we put the value of cos r. 2 mu is 1.33, 2 mu t cos r. T we have to determine cos r 0.8469, 2 mu t cos r equal to n is 1 and lambda is 5890 angstrom. 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter, and T becomes 5890 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon 2 into 1.33 into 0.8469, and it becomes the answer becomes 2.614 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. This is the thickness of the film. Okay, and now we will move towards the next topic, and next topic is Newton's ring. Newton's rings formation. And this is the application of interference in wedge shape film. We have already discussed in the previous video. In this topic, we have a plano-convex lens. This is a plano-convex lens. When a plano-convex lens of large radius of curvature, this plano-convex lens should be large radius of curvature, is placed, this is the point of contact. When a plano-convex lens of large radius of curvature is placed with its convex surface in contact with a plain glass plate, this is plain glass plate, and air film is formed in between the lower surface of the lens. This is the lower surface of the lens, and this is the surface of plain glass plate. The thickness and in this area there is a air film, and the thickness of the air film is gradually increased. At this point thickness is this, and the thickness of the film is gradually increases from the point of contact outwards. And if monochromatic light is allowed to fall normally on this film, suppose this is a light ray which is normally fall on the air film, and due to this upper surface of air film, light ray is reflected. This is reflected ray 1, and some part is refracted inside the air film. This is the path of refracted ray inside the air film, and in the other surface of air film, this is the other surface of inner surface of air film, light ray is again reflected. This is second reflected rays. These are the reflected rays, and this is incident ray, and these two rays become from this one incident ray. It means these two rays 1 and 2 behave like the coherent rays. if monochromatic light is allowed to fall normally on this film, a system of alternate bright and dark concentric rings with their central dark is formed in the air film, like this is center, and we can get the bright dark combinations of the fringes. These are the bright dark alternate fringes, and these alternate bright dark fringes are known as Newton's rings and can we can seen through a low power microscope focused on the film by the help of low power microscope. Okay. And Newton's rings are formed as a result of interference between the light waves reflected from the upper and lower surfaces of the air film. Newton's rings are concentric and circular because of points equal to the thickness of film lie on the circles with the point of contact of the lens and the planes as center. And we can apply here the principle which we have already discussed in previous video, that we have a path difference between two reflected rays, that is 2 mu t cos r plus theta, and in case of reflected ray plus lambda by 2. Path difference between two reflected ray, it should be 2 mu t cos r plus theta lambda by 2. As we are using a large radius of curvature plano convex lens, it means theta is negligible. And if theta is negligible, then path difference becomes delta p equal to 2 mu t cos r plus lambda by 2. And in this case, the interference is occurred in this air film. In this air film, this interference is occurred. It means refractive index of air film for air film, refractive index becomes 1, and in this diagram the ray is incident normally. It means R for normal incidence, R becomes equal to 0. It means path difference becomes delta p equal to 2 mu is 1 t cos 0 cos 2 mu is 1 t cos 0 plus lambda by 2, and cos 0 is 1, it means 2 t plus lambda by 2. This is the path difference between the two reflected rays. And if we discuss about the constructive interference or for constructive interference or bright rings. For constructive interference or bright rings, path difference, we know that delta p is n lambda. Delta p should be n lambda. This is the path difference, and for constructive interference, this delta p becomes equal to n lambda. And if we put the value of n lambda in this delta p, then it becomes n lambda equal to 2 t plus lambda by 2, or 2 t equal to n lambda minus lambda by 2, or we can say twice n minus 1 lambda by 2. This is the value of 2 t in case of bright rings. And we can consider this equation number 1, this is equation number 2, and if we discuss about the destructive interference, or dark rings. At the place of destructive interference, dark rings are obtained, and for dark rings delta p should be twice n plus 1 lambda by 2, and we can put the value of twice n plus 1 in this place, at this place, and it becomes twice n plus 1 lambda by 2 equal to 2t plus lambda by 2, this equation 2t plus lambda by 2, and it may be n lambda plus lambda by 2 equal to 2t plus lambda by 2, cancel out, and 2t equal to n lambda. This is equation number 3rd. This is equation number 2nd for bright rings, and this is equation number 3rd for dark rings. And now we have to determine T. T means thickness of film. Now we have to determine the thickness of film. To determine the value of T, we can draw a picture. This is a plano-convex lens put on a plain glass plate. This is thickness of air film, thickness. Now complete sphere. This is the diameter, point of contact, point A, B, C, D, center O, and this point is E, and we can consider this is the radius of sphere, capital R, and it is also known as radius of curvature of plano-convex lens. And if we consider this is point of contact and this is the limit of air film, and it may be Newton's ring. Suppose this is Rn, small rn, radius of this ring. Rn means radius of nth ring, Rn. A, B, C, D, E, we can consider this point F, this point G. Now DG is small r n, and FD is also small r into n, and DG is equal to BC and FD is equal to AB. Now we can apply a theorem here, as we know that in a circle, let there are two chords, suppose A, B, C, D, E, and these two chords are intersected at a point B, then AB into BC should be equal to BE into BD. This is the theorem, and this theorem we can use here, and as per this theorem AB into BC equal to BE into BD, and we know that AB is equal to FD and BC is equal to DG, and DG and FD is Rn. It means this is Rn, this is Rn, and BE means BE. If this thickness is small t, it means BD is also small t, and if BD is small t, it means BE should be, this is 2R, ED line is equal to 2 capital R, and this is small t, this line BD is small t. It means BE becomes 2R minus small t, 2R minus small t. So, it means BE is 2R minus small t into BD is small t. It means it becomes Rn square 2RT minus T square, and we know that T is thickness of film, and the value of T is very small. It means T square is negligible. If the value of T is very small, then T square becomes negligible, and if T square is negligible, then it becomes Rn square equal to 2RT and 2T equal to Rn square upon capital R, where Rn is radius of nth ring. And if we consider that Dn is diameter of nth ring, then diameter Dn, it should be twice of Rn, or Rn should be equal to Dn upon 2, or we can say Rn square is Dn square upon 4. For constructive interference or bright rings, put the value of 2T, in equation second, and second equation number second is this 2T equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, 2T equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, and equation number second is 2T equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, and 2T is Rn square upon capital R, that is equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, and Rn square is equal to Dn square upon 4. It means we can replace this Rn square by Dn square by 4. It becomes Dn square by 4 R. This is Dn square upon 4. This is equal to Rn square R twice n minus 1 lambda by 2, and Dn square equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2 4 into R, or we can say 2n minus 1 2n minus 1 lambda R. This is dn square. And lambda is wavelength of monochromatic light, capital R is radius of curvature of plano convex lens. These are constant, 2 is constant. It means dn square is directly proportional to twice n minus 1, or we can say dn is directly proportional to under root 2 n minus 1. Diameter for bright rings are directly proportional to square root of 2 n minus 1. And if n is 1 for first order ring, d1 is directly proportional to 2 into 1 minus 1 under root 1. Second ring under root 2 into 2, 2 into 2 means 4 minus 1 under root 3. And third ring, this is for n equal to 2. For third ring n is equal to 3, d3 directly proportional to 2 into 3 minus 1 under root 5. And fourth ring d4 is directly proportional to under root 7. And by the help of these, we can say that diameter of bright rings are directly proportional to square root of 1, 3, 5, 7. These are odd natural numbers. If we ask in question, if in examination, that prove that diameter of bright rings are square root of odd natural numbers, then you have to complete the derivation, and similarly we can derive the diameter of dark rings. And for dark rings, this is the condition of dark rings. Equation number 3rd, we can take equation number 3rd, and we can put the value of 2t in equation number 3rd. And for dark rings, from equation 3rd, 2t equal to n lambda, and value of 2t is r n square upon capital R, that is equal to n lambda, or we can say r n square is equal to n r lambda, and r n square is d n square upon 4. We can put the value of r n square, d n square upon 4, that should be equal to n r lambda, and it becomes d n square equal to 4 n r lambda. As 4 r and lambda are constants, it means d n is under root 4 n r lambda. 4 r lambda are constants, d n is directly proportional to under root n. And similar to bright rings, we can say for first order d1 is directly proportional to under root 1. For second dark ring, d2 is directly proportional to under root 2, and for third ring, d3 is directly proportional to under root 3. d4 for fourth dark ring, that is proportional to under root 4, and we can say that diameter of dark rings are directly proportional to square root of 1, 2, 3, 4 all natural numbers, Diameter of dark rings are directly proportional to square root of all natural numbers. These are the diameters of bright and dark rings.